Hello, and welcome to episode 21 of D Nice Knits. My name is Denise, and you can find me on Instagram and Ravelry as DNice515. I'd like to thank new and returning viewers for coming back to watch me talk about yarn for about 20 minutes. I have finished projects, works in progress, and new things. So I'm going to try to podcast about once a month. So I did in April, and this is May's episode, and then there's June. So I'm going to start where I always start, and that's with socks. So I have two finished sock projects. The first one is tube socks for my daughter. So these I had previously done already, and they were 48 stitches on 2.275 millimeter needles, a US 2, and she said that they would fall off the back of her leg. So I ripped them all out, and they had been washed and worn, I think, like twice. So I ripped it out. So that's why the fabric is kind of bunchy, I guess, because I did not wash the yarn. It's still crinkly. Of course, I didn't weave in the ends on these. So it's still crinkly, crinkly yarn. So what I did instead on 2.75 needles, again, a US 2, I did 40 stitches, and then I did 110 rounds of 40 stitches. So I did Judy's magic cast on, and I went to 40 stitches, 110 rounds, I think, yes, of around plain stockinette, and then I did 15 rounds, yes, of 2x2 rib, and then I cast off with Jenny's surprisingly stretchy bind off with the US 5. So I have two of those for her, and she's probably not going to wear these as it's starting to get warmer, I hope. But she has worn other pairs that I made her, and she likes the way that these fit. So like her mother, she likes negative ease with her socks. And then I made a pair of shorty socks, and I think these are leftovers that my friend Sarah from Knitting Group gave me. So these are brown, and a lot of my socks are blue, because blue is my favorite color, or really multicolored and very kind of loud. So I wanted these if I have to go to a meeting at work or something. and people can, and I lift my leg up, people can see my socks. So I made the brown. I don't even know what sock yarn this is, but it's brown on the, and then these, I love the way they pooled. And I thought I was going to run out of yarn because I only had, I think, 27 grams of the multicolored yarn. So I knit very fast. I'm one of those people that, like, I think if I knit faster that the yarn won't run out. So I did the toe, and then I started doing both legs at the same time from either side of the ball. And so after I realized that I had enough yarn, you can see here that my pooling changed because my tension changed. Because I was knitting really, really tight. And then as soon as I noticed that I had enough, my tension changed. So this is my basic formula. It's on a 2.5 millimeter needle, a US 1.5. And I do Judy's magic cast on to 60 stitches. And then I do 65 rounds. And I have light bulb stitch markers every 10 rounds. And then I do 65 rounds. And then I do fish lips kiss heel. And then this one, I think I did 20 rounds until I ran out of the multicolored yarn, and then I did 15 rounds of ribbing, and I put a marker here because after 10 I can't count apparently. So, and then I do Jenny's stretchy bind off in a US 5 again. So those are those socks, and that's one finished object. And then I have another finished object, which is a shawl. This is from Barbara from Knitting I Love. It's her Lights and Twigs shawl, which I finally finished, and you can see the lighting with this lighting, that these are the baubles, and this is the twigs part, which is on a variegated yarn, so you can't really, oh, there it is. So you can see it there, but from far away you really can't see it that well. But I love the color, and it still has ends because I haven't decided if I wanted to do tassels, and I still have to block it. And I loved this pattern, like I said. I loved her tutorials that she had with the pattern. Like when you buy the pattern, she has little tutorials on YouTube that only you who purchase the pattern can see. And then I loved the it's a modified I-cord bind off, and I love the bind off. If you can see, it does need to be blocked because it's rolling, but I'm not going to block it now. And I love the baubles, which I don't know if I'll ever do baubles again. But I really liked it. I love this pattern because It like kept my mind occupied at work when I was a little bit stressed out. I wish I had enough to make it a little bit bigger. I don't have enough to make it bigger. So I just bound off, and I might put tassels. I don't know. I'm not really a tassel person. So this is where I was last time I podcast. I was right here. And this is the Catrinkles. Oops. The Catrinkles. I can't even get it. The Catrinkles. There it is. Catrinkles stitch marker that I used on it. So that's where it was. Oh, and this stitch marker is from Barbara from the Knitting I Love podcast. So that's that. And then my last finished object. Yes. Oh, I forgot to say what yarn I used. I used Odine wools in the abalone colorway, and it's a DK alpaca merino blend, and I loved it. And I used 1.5 skeins on a US 7, so I followed the pattern. And then my last finished object is for the 80's kids cal that Beth from Shadow and Purls podcast, which is no longer, and Chevyrell are doing. It's an 80's kids podcast, and I am obviously an 80's kid, or I wouldn't be doing it. And I said last time that it reminded me of a windbreaker that I had when I was growing up, which I think I had in the 90s, but it's an 80's kids, and I'm an 80 kid, and this reminded me of it. so this is very bright neon colors that I finished. So this is the Einstein cowl. Einstein shawl. Yes. Which I've made 2 already, and I love. It's a very easy crescent shawl, and it's a free pattern, but in the pattern they do it in stockinette stitch, and I did the whole thing in garter stitch. So you start up here, and then you increase every other row. And I was here last time I podcast, just starting with the pink. I believe I was there. So that's what it looks like, and I love it. And this yarn, I lost the tag, is Lion Brand Mandala. Lion Brand Mandala in the Sirens colorway. And I did it on and I had, at the end, I had a knot in the yarn. So I cut it, and so I have to sew in those. And thank God that it didn't like change direction or color. I love that at the end, it went back to the darker green that it started with. So that was cool. And I did that on a US 8. So next is works in progress. I only have 3, which is weird for me. I usually have 3 that I'm working on. Let me not lie. There are a lot that are just sitting and thinking about themselves that I've probably messed up on or haven't touched. Yeah, there's some that are just sitting. So I have 3 active progress. I have half of a sock. So this is my May Christmas sock, which is here in my Christmas bag with a Catrinkles pin on it. And this is my May Christmas sock, which I have 1 done already. And this is, King Cole, again, King Cole sock, King Cole zigzag, that's it, in the Christmas colorway. So this is my basic formula, except with the King Cole, I go down to 56 stitches. So it's Judy's Magic Cast on 56 stitches, 65 rows, Fiship's Kiss Heel, and then I did 60 rows, 12 rows of ribbing, and then Jenny's stretching bind off in a US 5. And I wish I didn't get a little bit of that green in the heel, but I'll live. Just when I take pictures, I'll take a picture with just the pink showing. And then I just have a little toe of the second one. Just a little toe of the second one. And then my disappointment of the week. So I've made 3 blankets. Yes, 3 corner to corner graph gans that I've made. I made a Christmas one and one for my daughter, and I'll put them here because I love putting them here. Christmas, daughter. And then I'm making another one for my couch, which is in shades of brown. So I have done that, and I have messed up 3 times on this blanket. I used to work on my blankets at work because I can, but now that in the ages of Corona, I don't bring my blanket to work. So last time I podcast, I was here, which I made all of this progress. Not much. You know why? So I did 4 rounds. Yes, 4 rounds. just 4 rows of progress on this. And where am I? Where was I? Yes. So, you know, you have to go all the way up and all the way down for this. So I did 4 rows, but for some reason I had a 4mm hook in my bag, and I've done all of these blankets on a 5.5mm hook. So 4 rows were super duper tight, and I couldn't figure out why until I looked at the hook and it said 4mm on it. So I had to rip out 4 rows, and then I was almost done with this part here. And I realized that I needed to put brown in because this was going to be really big. This light color was going to be really big. And I'm like, that's not right. I didn't do the graph correctly. So I was here already. I had done 15 rows of the white, and I'm like, that doesn't look right. So I ripped it all the way back, ripped it back to here. And then when I restarted, I did not end correctly. So this edge of the blanket is nice and straight until you go here. And then I knew it was a problem because I redid it or ripped it out and started again at like 11 o'clock at night, and I should not have done that. And it was like a regular night, not an overnight, not my work shift. So I have that. So then I did it all, and I got back to where I was, and I picked it up to show my husband, like, look how good I made it to where I was. And this is like big, like dimple of, I have to go out one more. I don't even know how I did that. I have no idea how I did that. And I'm also afraid that I'm going to, sorry for leaning, that I'm going to run out of brown, because this is all the brown I have left. So hopefully I have enough brown. If I don't, then I will go back to making a big triangle of the light white, because I have a lot of the white left. So I have to rip it back, and I put it down yesterday and was like, you know what, at least now I have something to talk about on my podcast, is that big old mess up. So I have to rip back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 rounds. So I'm not excited about that. So that's my last work in progress, and I hope to finish that blanket and then put it away for the summer. If I had been able to bring it to work, I would have finished it a long time ago because I had time to do that. So then the last thing that I'm working on is also a new thing. I'm sorry for bending so close to the camera. My friend Sarah from Knitting Group, and it wouldn't be a podcast if I didn't mention my knitting group, started her own website and Etsy shop? No, her own website. I don't think it's an Etsy shop. I'm sorry, Sarah, I don't know. But I will put her website here so you can order things, because she makes project bags and she makes sock kits. So I think she put it up in April that she was making sock kits for May, and I said, oh, my birthday's in May, so I bought a sock kit. So this is the bag that it comes in. Isn't that beautiful? It's succulents and gray, and it has what are these called? A D-hook? No, I don't know. One of those cool keychain things. I don't know what they're called. And the zipper, and the inside is mint green. It's beautiful. And then I think she even made the zipper pull. So each day you get a piece of paper. Oh, I should have brought it. I don't have anything wrapped. But so each day you get a clue and some yarn to make a sock. So I have modified it, and she put it in her Ravelry group, which I'll link below and post here, how to modify it to toe up, because her pattern that she even gives you a free pattern. Well, it comes with the kit. She even gives you a pattern for a cuff down and a heel flap and gusset sock, and I am a toe up sock knitter. So she posted how to do it 2 at a time or how to do it toe up. So I think I could show it all, because I am almost done with my first sock. I just have to do the ribbing, which is today's, I believe. Yes, today's clue. So this is the sock, and I am in love. It is so pretty. This looks burgundy, but it's really purple. And then the blue, and it matches the bag. I'm very excited. And sneak peek, I found out that she's going to do a summer one, and I may have to buy that too. because it's my birthday, or I don't know, because I want to. So, and I've been like telling her, just like take all my money, just take it. I'll give it to you, because it's socks, one, and it's a cute bag, which I don't have a lot of bags, and they're so well made. I do have bags from her. I think I have 4 bags from her, and they're box bags that she's made and given as gifts to me. So, okay, so I lied. So I have some cute bags. She's given them all to me, Sarah. Thank you. And then my second new thing I got for Mother's Day from my husband. And if you didn't notice, I'm in a different room. And you can't see my lovely fire extinguisher is gone. And so my husband gave me a, oh God, what are these called? An O-ring light? I think that's what it's called. I don't know. I'm not an influencer or a hipster. So he gave me an O-ring light. I think that's what it's called. I don't know. So I get to podcast in different rooms. So you don't have to see. So it's a light, obviously, that makes things brighter. And there's like different settings. So if you don't like the setting I'm in now, I would like to take suggestions, because I think there's this. Ooh, maybe this one would have been better to record in. Or there's this one, which it made me too orange, and then there's this one, which I thought was too bright, so then I went with this one. I don't know. We'll see. So this is the new area. Oh, I got it because I was telling my husband that I can't record when it rains, and I don't really like that you can see my fire extinguisher, and every thumbnail and every picture is a picture of my fire extinguisher. Which I don't know why that bothers me, but it does. So right now I'm in my guest room. So live from my guest room is my new podcast. And then if I don't like the way this came out, I can move to the living room or back to the kitchen, but I can do it in the rain. When it rains, or I can do it in my bedroom. I don't know. But right now I like the plain background, and this is like a window in my guest room. Yeah. So that's my new things. And then future knitting, I have just one sock. Uh-oh, I dropped the yarn somewhere. One sock that I want to make, but I don't know where the yarn is because I dropped it on the floor. Yep, sorry, dropped it on the floor. This is, once again, yarn that I got on woolwarehouse.co.uk, which is still not shipping to internationally, just in the UK. But they have good prices. So when they ever mail to the United States again, woolwarehouse.uk.co is really good prices. Of, what are these called? Commercial yarn. And their shipping wasn't bad before. I don't know what the shipping will be again. So this is Wendy's Rome Fusion yarn, and I love the way it looks. And all of my yarn, it looks pretty true to color. Except for that purple yarn looked maroon. But yeah, so that's the next yarn. And it reminds me of the King Cole yarn, so I might do the 56 stitches on this. That is it. I hope you all have a good May. And I will see you again in June. Bye.